The food service industry is a dynamic, fast-growing industry which impacts each and every one of us. A fundamental responsibility of any culinarian is to serve the most wholesome food possible to our guests. This responsibility includes protecting our guests from foodborne illness. One employee with one bad habit, one mistake, or one moment of lapse can cause a situation with serious consequences. I am Doug Weber, a certified executive chef and instructor for the Hocking College Culinary Arts program. The information we will discuss today hopefully will prevent basic mistakes in a food service operation which could cause foodborne illness. The information we will present involves the personal sanitation of a food service worker and the on-the-job actions they can take to protect our customers. We will also discuss the role of management in ensuring food is prepared and served with our customers' safety in mind. Sanitation is an attitude which must be shared and practiced by every member of the food service team. Management, through example and constant training, must set the tone for any food establishment. Everyone has a role and responsibility to make it work. It affects us all. We expect it every time we walk into a restaurant, bakery, tavern, cafeteria, snack bar, coffee shop, or any of the many operations we depend upon to meet our needs in this fast-paced world. The responsibility of the worker begins at home. Employees should bathe daily and avoid heavy perfume and cologne. Nails should be kept trimmed. Long nails can harbor harmful bacteria and make it harder to eliminate these bacteria with proper hand washing. Remove all jewelry prior to work. Jewelry also can collect harmful microorganisms which can be transferred to the food. It is important to wear a clean and sanitary uniform each day. The single most important action for the food service worker is proper hand sanitation. Hand washing must occur often, but specifically before you begin work, after a break, after using the restroom, after sneezing or coughing, after busting a table of dirty dishes, after performing any action which may contaminate your hands with harmful microorganisms. The proper steps for hand washing are as follows. Wet your hands with hot running water. Apply enough soap to build up a lather. Clean hands for at least 20 seconds. Clean under fingernails, between fingers, and clean all exposed wrist. Wash hands thoroughly. Dry hands with an air dryer or a single-use paper towel. Hand sanitizers act as a multiple barrier for preventing germs, but must never be used in place of proper hand washing. The use of gloves is required in the state of Ohio whenever a food worker touches ready-to-eat foods. Ready-to-eat foods are foods that will never be cooked, or foods that have been cooked and heated for the final time before being served to the customer. Gloves are also required to cover properly bandaged cuts on the hands before touching food. Food service workers must wear a hat or a hairnet. Hair must be kept clean. Dirty hair can harbor harmful bacteria. Hair neatly tucked under a hat or net also discourages a worker from playing with it. Gum chewing, smoking, or use of any tobacco products are forbidden around food. After breaks where tobacco is involved, proper hand washing is required. Proper temperatures while preparing, holding, and serving food must be maintained. The temperature danger zone, the range of 41 degrees Fahrenheit to 135 degrees Fahrenheit, must be maintained. Most harmful microorganisms thrive in this temperature range. Food must be passed through this temperature zone quickly while preparing food. Potentially hazardous foods must be stored below 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Potentially hazardous foods must be held for service at 165 degrees Fahrenheit or above. All food service workers should be trained how to use and calibrate an instant read thermometer. Workers must also be trained about the proper way to handle serviceware glasses and plates. Food sanitation is not easy. There are many things to remember. A well-trained staff will help each other to perform these basic steps to ensure safe food is being served to our guests. One of the biggest challenges facing food service managers is a high turnover of employees, which is common throughout the industry. Many people who are working towards other careers use the food service industry as a temporary source of income as they pursue their careers. The result is a high employee turnover. Food service managers must develop food training programs which are flexible and ongoing to deal with this situation. The right attitude of management is the key to any successful program. The actions of the food service manager speak louder than words. All employees must participate in food safety, and today's food service manager must lead by example. If the employee thinks the manager is not committed to the program, they will be less likely to put forth the effort. The key is to develop good sanitary habits with their employees. The hand washing station is a good example. If management wants employees to wash their hands frequently, they must maintain the hand washing station. There must always be soap in the dispenser, paper towels in the dispenser, a trash can to discard the towels in, and a sink that is clean and sanitary. Employees who want to wash their hands will be discouraged if more often than not the soap and towels are empty and the station is unclean. No towels may even lead employees to develop bad habits such as drying their hands on their aprons. A smart manager will delegate the responsibility to the right worker to maintain these areas. If management wants their employees to develop these important good habits, they must provide the employee with the means to do so. Maintaining good habits is easier than developing them. Management must also accept the financial obligation involved in maintaining a safe food service operation. Soap, gloves, sanitizers, paper towels, thermometers, and most important, training cost money. Food service managers must budget the cost of maintaining a safe food service environment to ensure that the necessary items are always available to the workers, and be constantly willing to train employees on how to use them properly. Historically, in the food service industry, employees were encouraged to report to work when sick. An employee who tried to call in sick was encouraged to man up, take some medicine, and come to work for the good of the operation. This outdated attitude must change. Sick employees risk the spread of serious illness to other employees and ultimately to the customer. As hard as the decision is, managers must have alternative plans in place to deal with this situation, even if it means more work for the manager. The food service industry impacts the lives of everyone. When we walk into any food service operation, we have expectations that the food we are served has been handled in a safe manner by trained food service professionals. The purpose of this film is to help service operations in their efforts to train employees and to make food service employees aware of their responsibilities to their customers. Safe food service is an attitude which should be shared by all food service employees.